Hey guys, is this thing on?
I'm sure I plugged it in. Is that plugged in over there?
Andy, is this thing on?
Checking. 1, 2.
Is this thing on?
Check. I have phantom power.
Welcome to Chicks with Gear, the podcast, where three lifelong friends get together to drink some coffee, play some music, talk about gear, and our quest for the most perfect acoustic sound on stage. I'm Deb.
I'm Julie.
I'm Andy.
He's not a chick. No, he's not. He's our resident gearhead, the fabulous Andy Most. Andy.
Julie.
How we doing over there?
Doing all right.
I'm glad to see you.
Yeah, same to you.
You're not glad to see me?
Yeah, I was getting there.
We're glad to see you. Always glad to see you. I'm glad to see you not wearing a vest today. That's nice.
Oh, yeah. I actually have a new look today.
I kind of like it.
It's summertime. Oh. Was sweating my you-know-what off with the jacket.
Oh, well.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but I put some Magic Mind on the table. Would you like to try it?
I've tried it before.
Try it. No.
Would you like to have some?
Yes. I think I need it. Although I will say I've had a lot of coffee this morning.
Yes,
What?
people.
Ooh.
Cheers.
Cheers
Cheers.
to some magic in your mind.
Oh. There it is.
Let the
Sorry.
flow state begin. Oh, it's magic.
There we go.
Sorry I touched your Roadcaster.
I know. What is that?
Speaking of Roadcaster,
Yeah.
what are we doing today?
So today, we thought it would be fun to talk about our journey in our podcasting because we're coming up on 3 months in June that we started podcasting. And we've got a lot of emails from people who've been watching and asking, wow, that guy is so loud. Asking about our gear, why we chose what we have. And we thought maybe it'd be fun to talk about some of the podcasting gear that we use and why.
I think that's a great idea. I like it.
How many days are in 3 months?
Well, it depends on the month, but
Yeah.
on average, 90 days.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We've made it.
Thank you.
Look like
Did
we
have
made
Magic
it.
Oh.
Times 24 hours. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of work. And then, of course, we had a lot of pre-work before we started the podcast
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah,
of actually making it to the world.
Pre-production. That
Pre-production.
Yes.
Like, are we sure we want to do this? What?
So are we glad we're doing it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And people maybe not know this, but we just took over your dining room. This used to be a dining room
and living room.
and living room. And so we've just kind of,
You might not have heard me saying yes about being glad, but I'm in there too.
yes.
Yes. So we had decided to do a podcast back almost 9 months ago, maybe. We had talked about it. We decided, okay, we're going to do this. And we thought, where? And then I offered up my living room and dining room. And so basically behind us used to be where I used to put all my fancy pants stuff of girly stuff. And now it's filled with gear.
Oh, yeah. Much better look.
Mm-hmm.
We were playing at 12 Keys Saloon,
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, we love that place.
and it was brought up, yeah, I'm going to do a podcast. And I was like, yeah, great, sure. I'll go along with that. Thinking, not going to happen. But here we are.
Here we are.
Yes.
So it was funny. We took a break. And so I had just added that new stuff to my pedal board. And Mo's like, hey, Deb, your mandolin sounds really great.
Oh.
And we started talking about that. And then Andy's like, chicks with gear as a compliment, as opposed to like a snarky comment.
Yeah.
And so then Mo said something about chicks with gear. And then we started laughing. And no, we were talking about it, where that came from. And then I was like, we should do a podcast called Chicks with Gear. And Mo went, yeah, you should. And Andy's like, yeah, okay. But I don't think Andy really believed that we would do it.
No. Even though Andy went and got Chicks with Gear website real quickly.
The same day. Literally, we left the gig and he sent us, hey, we got a website page for Chicks with Gear.
I love that.
So really, it was Andy's genius of the Chicks with Gear, because I don't think I would have considered that had we not had that terminology.
Yeah. Well, I like to think we keep it real here at Chicks with Gear.
We sure do with Andy Most.
Our resident gearhead.
Yeah, as Mo said, your Mando sounds great, Deb, through your new pedal board.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't the whole story. Because that shouldn't be confused with, hey, Deb, your Mando doesn't sound great. It actually doesn't sound like anything because you're not plugged in.
Is that plugged in over there?
Oh, that may or may not have happened once or twice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
It's like the IT guy when you call him about your computer and he's like, is it on? Do you have it plugged in? Well, that did happen on some shows here and there.
you guys figured it all out. We're proud of you. Chicks with Gear.
Yeah,
for
baby.
real.
Yeah, a lot of things to plug in, you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it would be plugged in, but then the cable wouldn't be plugged in to the mandolin.
Yeah. There's
So get it all right, except for that one thing.
yeah. The different holes means different things.
That's what she said.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm done.
So that was the beginning of the podcast. So thank you, Mo.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Otherwise, there would not
definitely
be a podcast. And so, to be perfectly transparent, not one of us knew anything about podcasting.
No.
I had listened to a few, but not many. And so we got on our journey of listening to other podcasts, kind of figuring out what we wanted the show to be about. And so we kind of was trying to describe this recently to some friends. And so kind of what we came up together was, think about Wayne's World and Saturday Night Live when they used to do NPR. What a balls. So it's kind of like that. So what do you guys think? You think that's a good description?
Yeah.
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 Pretty much.
That's kind of who we are. So today we're going to talk about our journey of how we found the gear for our podcast today.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Yes. So maybe it's time to...
Let's talk gear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to talk some microphones
Testing 1, 2.
Oh, yes. Yes. Well, can I talk about this little thing here?
Yeah, I think one of the things we can share is that obviously being singers and musicians, we know about microphones, but when we started thinking about the podcast and doing research, there are special mics for podcasting.
Yes. And I was looking around for some little side hustles, and I had this thing where I was going to read books. So before that, we had talked about the podcast. I had bought this little sucker. And when we decided, I'm like, oh, I have the perfect mic. I have one. And we brought it here, and it wasn't quite the right thing.
Well, because it's a condenser mic
I know.
as opposed to
Your
dynamic.
Audio Technica 2020.
Yes.
Yeah. And it actually sounded pretty good. I bought a little Focusrite thing to plug in and plug it into my computer. But that's about as far as it got.
And you have a little wind thing right
I do.
there.
See,
Yes.
put that on there.
Yes.
Put that on there. On there.
There's a lot of air that gets.
Dissipated.
Yeah.
Yes. And
So I have that mic too.
you did.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What were you using it, Andy?
A door stop. Now it came with a freebie with a old version of Pro Tools, but it works.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So
And it
we
was
went on
free.
our journey. We looked at the Shure mic. And Andy, what do you think about that Shure mic?
So, what are we calling this? MV7, sort of like the SM7B. Looks like it.
It's
Oh,
made
less money.
specifically for podcasting. So Shure came out with one for podcasting. So we tried it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We liked how it sounded.
good.
we did. But I had bought you one of these for Christmas
Yes.
as a surprise.
And then so we tried these out. And we really liked how these
Like 'em.
sounded.
We
Mhm.
did.
And plus, before you knew it, there were 4 here. And this is Chicks with Gear, and there's only one of these. So,
We have to match.
We
They got to look, chairs match, the
but we
headphones match.
might try these down the line. Deb, don't go buy them right now.
Yeah,
okay?
it's very cool. I like it.
It has a great sound, honestly. I really love how that sounds, but I did love how this sounded too. And I liked the price point on this for 4.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that was
Yeah.
a big challenge. But the other thing with that one, it has a very fancy stand that
yeah.
Pat Flynn, who is a very famous podcaster that we learned a lot from, he actually designed that.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And that mic can also hang. It doesn't have to be on a stand like that. So if you're looking at that, I highly recommend checking out that mic too.
So,
Yes.
I do like these mics,
I do too.
but I would like to try this again sometime.
4 of them.
Let's wait till you sell your shoes first. Just kidding.
So when we first started podcasting, it was the 3 of us. Then we realized we wanted to have guests on the show, which meant we needed another mic. And before I knew, Julie was buying me one for my Christmas present.
Because she can never wait.
I'm very impatient. Once I have a goal, I'm like, okay, we got to get. And so we had a Shure mic. And so we're like, well, we'll just use that when we had the guest on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how did we feel about that? So we had Mr. Murfreesboro.
Mr. Murfreesboro sounded good on it.
Yep. And
Real
then
good.
Big Dave
But
Spiker.
he was like this on it the whole time, so that might have something to do with
Yeah.
it. So,
Yeah.
It sounded great though.
and
and
David
then
was a little further
A
away.
little further off.
Like we are with these. We don't really eat these. I mean, you could.
And there's lipstick all over this one though. So I don't really go that too.
That's why I don't sit over there and put lipstick on your microphone.
So when Mr. Murfreesboro, he was close to it, so we got a good feel for the mic. What would you say audibly did you hear different between the Rode mic and the Shure mic? Or not? Maybe there was not a difference.
So I don't know. You got your proximity effect, which is like podcaster voice when you go like that, and that's
Very Howard Stern-esque.
Yeah, seemed like that had it. I don't know. Please message me if I'm wrong. No, I'm kidding. Do not message me if I'm wrong about this. So I don't know what the difference is between, but this one seemed to have it when you got on it. It was pretty. I'm going for that, because what do I have? I'm talking on my nodes or something, Deb? Is that it?
Not your nodes, your chords.
My chords.
It's just when you get that vocal fry.
Vocal fry.
I hate that.
I know. We all do it.
I can do it really good too.
Great.
Stop that. That's hurting me.
Sorry.
Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman. Okay. So I want to try this again.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I think that would be good.
Yeah.
And I don't love that stand for us because it's too low.
Yeah.
And so we would have to hang
We
it.
need these.
Yeah.
We would hang it on there. And it hangs. So it's got a special little attachment that we can hang it. So we will try that out.
We will.
Pat Flynn's shorter than us, though. So maybe that's why that works.
He puts his chair really low. Now, I will say,
Not Pat Flynn, the guitarist. So
no, to be
Okay.
clear. So one of the things we can share with audience is that we literally, this is a dining room. So this is a dining room table that we're using. So it's a little different height than you would probably have, for like a desk. So it is also very wide this way.
Yes.
So finding the right, what do you call these? Mic stand arms was difficult. So because some of these stands are a little bit shorter, and so then you're having to lean in. So that was a bit of a challenge using a dining room table.
Yeah, but this is you're not wasting anything because you don't eat your dining room anyway because you eat out all the time. So you don't even need.
This is true.
Twice a year, you needed it.
And I've learned that I'm not a very good cook. And not because someone told me that, because I had not done a lot of cooking because I used to travel a ton. And then I started staying home for a little bit and I was cooking and I was like, yuck, I am a terrible cook. I mean, not good at all. And my first clue should have been when we have our family holidays, the only holiday I get to host is Easter because you just go buy a ham and that's it. So I can't mess it up. And I did mess up 2 Thanksgivings gravy. My mom, our mom, you met her on our podcast.
Yes.
Sweetest
My
lady.
fan club president.
Yes.
No.
And the sweetest lady you'll ever meet.
Unless there's no gravy.
So this is a terrible story. So this was my first Thanksgiving I was hosting many years ago. And I called Mom and I'm like, Mom, I don't know how to make gravy. She's like, no worries. I'll make it. You just get everything prepared and I'll make the gravy when I get there. So I'm a neat nut. You guys know this. I'm cleaning up. We're getting ready. We just need her to come in and make the gravy.
She needed more details.
So she gets there and she's like, so where are the pan drippings for the gravy? And I'm like, oh, I threw those away. You would have swore I killed her firstborn. Oh,
you are her firstborn.
Oh, yeah. And she wanted to kill her firstborn right then and there. Oh, my gosh. She was so upset with me. And I was like, well, I didn't know. So then, fast forward.
That you know of.
Yes.
Sorry.
Fast
Sorry,
forward.
Alice. Just kidding.
Oh, no.
Fast forward several years, Julie gets married. She's going to host her first Thanksgiving at her new house.
Yes.
And so I got the bright idea. I was going to make a fancy pants gravy from Martha Stewart's magazine. I'm like, don't you worry about this. I got this. And I'm in their kitchen. And how many people did you invite? It was a ton of
the
people.
in-laws and the outlaws.
Yeah.
Who we love.
And they keep coming in the kitchen. Is it almost ready? I'm like, oh, no, it's not. So this was like basically building a house kind of recipe. You had to take the bones of the turkey and let them cook. Oh, my God. There was all these steps. So I finally get it done, and I'm pouring it into the measuring cup. I kid you not. It was less than a cup of gravy.
It was
for 20 people. They come back in, and again, our mother is like, "Where's the gravy?
Oh, yeah.
Here's your teaspoon of gravy, people." So I always buy some gravy at Williams-Sonoma and keep it in the car just in case somehow I mess things up.
Yeah, well, you don't get it. You didn't get it after.
Why that was in your car.
So this is why that's why we do. If it's turkey, we do it because Kirk knows how to make some gravy. Now it was tricky there at the beginning.
Though.
Yes, he makes really good gravy.
The gravy was delicious. And that's why I was making, remember, because he used to make that white gravy. And
for like biscuits.
Yeah, we don't like
gravy
that.
for breakfast.
Mm.
Really good.
Yeah.
And it's really the same. It's just, it needs to have like the coloring of.
And the taste was different. It was a very different taste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He is a master at it now.
Yes.
Should we talk about when you.
What? Uh-oh. What did I do now?
We decided was it for Mom's birthday? We decided we were going to make her lobster.
Oh, this was so sad.
Let's not hear about the screaming lobsters here. Man.
No, we don't know if they screamed,
No.
but she decided because, dinner was a little bit later. Maybe I should make a bath for them.
I put them in a bathtub
So she put them in a bathtub
with regular water.
with regular water.
I suffocated them.
Oh, man.
They were all dead. It was so awful, and I cried. And that was expensive too.
And we're going to get dead anyway.
They were,
so.
hey. But quick.
All right.
Apparently, you can't cook those.
So
Okay.
about these mics. Okay.
Off track again.
Sorry.
Sorry.
All
I
right. Is there more? We can go.
I know.
Deb, those donuts you made this morning were awesome.
Oh, thank you. Me and Starbucks, we like
Yeah.
this. Well, Julie has become the master of sounds.
Yeah.
So,
This is my favorite thing.
Julie's playground over
This is
here.
my playground.
yes. So, we looked at different ways of recording the show and we settled on the Rodecaster.
Ooh,
Yes.
it's very fancy and it has very cool little lights. But the coolest thing about it
Chicks with gear.
are the pads.
Yeah.
I love this
Yes. And why do you love this?
because they're little sound effects
Mhm.
that if I'm,
Well, except for the studio audience. That's real.
oh, they're real.
That's real.
Ah,
But what's so cool about the Rodecaster, it comes with a lot of programmed sounds.
Yeah.
So you can get going right out of the gate with some really fun sounds. We love the intro music.
That comes from the podcaster. And this is my favorite song because I sound so different and I can talk really
And then when
low.
you're cussing, I can.
Try that
Oh.
again. So that is part of the Rodecaster. And it has
Has other sounds that are just normal. But you can change the voice if somebody is in the witness protection plan. Do
Oh,
we
yeah.
have that sound, Julie?
We do.
Let's hear that.
That's really kind of the one we use for your crazy voice.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, that's this one.
that's this one.
That's voice disguise.
Oh, it is very disguised.
Yes,
So, aren't there some other voices?
there are. So you can pitch up.
Oh, I could sound like a magic girl and so annoying.
yeah, you are.
Or a monster. Let's hear the monster.
Watch out, little person. I'm a monster.
Oh my gosh. There's like the small robot. Yeah, there's the large robot.
And I will eat your dog. Oops.
Oh, and then there's the megaphone.
Hey, everybody. Come to watch our podcast on YouTube.
Yeah,
Go team.
those are my favorite.
Was that weird?
Not any weirder than anything else. And
I was just gonna say.
this is multi-track out, meaning going into here.
Yes.
We're using the evil Pro Tools.
Ooh,
We're split out to channels. So we're all on separate channels, or we're going direct to our camera
Mm-hmm.
yes.
with a stereo out, which sounds pretty good too. So we can go back and forth, whatever we need, whichever we want to use. So that's cool.
Yeah.
It's very
and
cool.
we use an iPhone for our camera. We did a lot of research on that. And because we're not pros at that, we just decided to take the easier route with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And a lot of people recommend that when you really start out, that's a good way to start. So we did that. And I also wanted to mention that you can also program sounds
Oh,
on the Rodecaster.
Yes, which we have.
Yes.
And those are our funny.
Oh, it's magic.
Yes. And
Andy, is this thing on?
oh yeah.
I hear that in my sleep.
She
don't know.
That's funny too. This is my favorite power. I have phantom power.
And then, not that you need this, but we do have this, which is my favorite little acting like we're in the movies.
Oh yeah.
Our sync.
Our sync.
Our sync.
Yes, there is a purpose for it.
Yes, we do. We actually do use it for real stuff.
We do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then what we found was a challenge was lighting.
Yes.
This room is very yellow, as you can tell. The walls are yellowy. And we were trying to figure out light situation. So we got these on Amazon, right? These
Yes.
little lights. And they're not super expensive, but they do seem to provide some really good light for us. very easy to move around. And then we actually can use filters too, if for some reason the lighting gets a little wonky. And we use to edit CapCut. So CapCut has been a friend for us, but it has some challenges too. But I think for where we are in our podcasting world, it's a really good, hello, Andy. It's a really good option.
I'm showing them our lights here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Good job, Andy.
Yeah. So this is a funny story about these lights. So I had a little artist guy that I like to watch.
Yes.
And
When you say little artist guy, what do you mean?
Well, he's a painter. He's an oil painter.
How little is he?
How
Well,
I'm
maybe he's not
curious.
little. He's a grown man.
Like when she said little, I'm thinking like
I say that all the
Hannah?
time.
I know.
Oh, he's a good little tennis player. They could be 6'3", but anyway, he's a great painter, artist, and I really like him. I like his setup. I like the way it looked. I like his sound, and so the very cool thing on his page, you could go all the way down, and he listed everything that he used. So I figured out what lights he had, and I got those.
That's what we get.
Yeah.
The first ones, and then you got the rest of them.
I did. And we have used those for the other side of our studio. So when we do music, we will just flip over the lights to the other side of
I know.
to the podcast. Oh, it's magic. And so we had some challenges on that side of the studio also, because then here we have less light, natural light coming in, but we have a lot of natural light coming over there. So we kind of went back and forth on different lights, but we settled back in on these lights. Again, they're really easy to move around, and the price point was super nice on them too. And then we have been talking about the challenge just with recording music on that side of the studio also. And the last time we left off, we were talking about our singing mics, what we were going to do for the singing.
Yes. Our ear trumpet labs.
Do we want to talk about that, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Do tell.
So earlier in the week, we went remote
Yeah.
to the other side of the living room where we record the music. And we tried out the ear trumpet lab mics,
Yes, we did.
the mighty Josephine.
The fabulous Myrtle.
There you go.
And Edwina
Yeah.
singing on them.
Yes.
And I camped in the studio control room, otherwise known as Deb's
At
office.
least it wasn't the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
yeah, just
Do not go in there.
Do not go in there.
So, and we did some vocals. We got Deb up there singing to a track, little verse and chorus through Josephine. Then we did the same thing with Myrtle. And then the same thing. Good thing these are, dynamic, that you won't hear the coffee machine. And Edwina. And we even, it's like laboratory, man, we went through the same channel of an
Same
8-channel
cable.
focus, right?
Same cable.
So
We
and
had our
stood
own
the
lab.
same exact difference away. We had a laser set up, so you had to be in the exact spot, otherwise it would go
Yes.
up. I made that part up. We tried to be the same distance.
Yes.
We did a little testing, and it sounds like they all sounded great. So
They did. I mean, you could hear a little subtle difference. I mean, I think Josephine was a little more sparkly, a little brighter. But boy,
with EQ, though, you could even them all up pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Should be hard to tell.
yeah. I think they definitely had their own sound per mic, but I
Yeah.
think all of them sounded amazing. And for me, I love the way Myrtle looks. I was kind of a fan of Josephine for a while, just visually. But the more we had them in the house, there's something about the way Myrtle looks. Like, I know it's about the sound too, but seeing how we've decided that all three really do sound pretty fabulous,
yeah.
then I do like the way Myrtle sounds
I do too.
and looks.
Yeah, chicks with gear.
Shakes with gear.
So have we decided, or what are we thinking?
We're thinking,
Yes.
you know that movie, what is it, when Peggy Sue got married or something, or Nicolas Cage, right?
Yes.
And the grandfather's got like his little whatever his thing that he's in. They're trying to make her go back to like a different time.
I don't see that movie.
That mic looks like it belongs during the ceremony there.
Yeah, it does.
But I digress.
I
What we
agree.
decide.
Josephine.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a little satanical looking, I'm just saying. Not that we don't like that, but it is kind of bad voodoo.
Yeah, don't spin it backwards.
So,
we like them all.
Yes.
we do.
We're keeping them all.
Keeping them all.
Yes.
You guys might, switch here and there,
Switch
back and
around.
forth between Josephine and Myrtle. And,
Yeah. I think they sound amazing. Like I know we keep saying that, but truly it captures all of the texture and it just sounds.
Condensers, I love that they're not overly bright. Although some people like a lot of bright, but they're just pretty dialed in without doing anything to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I concur, Andy.
We might try these live if
I would
we're in the
love
right
to try those.
situation.
I would love to try them.
Just going to ask that.
Yeah.
What would be the difference? Because I've never sang live with something like that. When would you not want to do that? And when would you do that?
Well, it's like this with dynamic or condenser. They're going to pick up a little more around them. Like you got a live drummer, something. But but we're going to try it.
Cymbal.
If we're going acoustic, man. We'll do
Yeah.
it.
I think that would be
In
so
fact,
cool.
I think we should try it later through our
We have
PA system.
maybe our gig that's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We could try
y'all.
it. That would be a cool place to try it.
So because we've been working on the podcast for almost 6 months, like just getting it all together, then doing it, we really put on the back burner. Is that the expression? Put it on the back burner, performing live. So we actually are back live performing. Woohoo! June 29th.
Yes.
Is it Bourbon? What's it called?
Burrow, Bourbon, and Brews.
Yeah. Lots of bees.
Right off the square in Murfreesboro. Very cool venue. Used to be a bank, and it's a very cool place.
I like all three of those.
In Murfreesboro, Tennessee. What time do we start? Whoops.
7? I don't know.
Details to come.
Yeah.
If you're interested, if you live in the area, if you're
think it is
coming to
7.
visit, come watch us.
Yeah, come
at
see us.
That place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we might just happen to have some bourbon too.
Ooh, or brews.
Or brews. Brewskis.
Brewskis.
Do people say brewskis still?
No.
Oh, okay. It's not cool.
No.
I still think it's a funny word. I like the word. Now, I would never use that word. I don't think that.
You just did.
Just did. Yeah.
Oh, I just did. But it was more of a question, I think.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't?
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
You thought it was cool. I start worrying about you if you start saying, do we have the Riz? Does he have the Riz?
The Riz. Yeah, that I wouldn't say that. Mm-hmm.
Deb, who played guitar in the band shirt you're wearing?
I don't have a band shirt on.
Just checking.
Jimmy Page, it's always safe to say.
Yeah. Jimmy Page.
Okay.
So this is a true story. So I do like the band shirts. I think they're really cool. But I didn't listen to a lot of the bands of the shirts that I have. And so I was going to wear this one. And I was really worried because it was AC/DC. And so I Googled it, all the band members, so that if Andy asked me, I would be able to say. And he didn't ask. And I was like, frickin' frack. And so the next time I wore one, I didn't Google it. And then he asked me. And I'm like,
Got to keep you on your toes.
Robert Plant? I don't know.
No.
That's funny.
That's a foul.
All right. Well, I asked you today.
Now, if it was a Miles Davis shirt, I would know that.
Right. Yeah. Who played guitar with Miles on the corner?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who was it?
John McLaughlin.
Oh.
We might have to edit that if On the Corner isn't the name of that album. I left John off on Chaz interviewing me too, man.
You left what up?
John McLaughlin, one of my favorites.
Oh.
It's hard to remember everybody.
Yeah, I know. I thought we were done, but hey, isn't it time for
Chuck it or keep it!
Ooh, yes. So
Yes.
wait. No.
Hey, Julie,
Hey, Andy.
there's a rumor going around that you started playing a new instrument.
Well, I sort of. I saw this thing. So Facebook, I always get they know I'm a musician, and so they send all this stuff. Well, I ordered this little thing because I thought it was kind of cool. First of all, I thought it was bigger.
That's what she said.
And so I got it. This is it's called a kalimba.
Oh, are you sure that's how it said?
No, I'm not sure that's how it said. However, so I got this little thing, and I will say when I open it up,
Let's see.
That's for little people.
it's for little people. Here it is, and so here's the problem.
Oh,
So
you know what that is?
now I got down to.
It's an automatic chuck it.
So what's funny?
But what is it first? Like, if it was all put together, like, what would people use this for?
You can play songs on it. So it actually came with like you can play Happy Birthday and Happy New Year.
Oh,
But the problem, and I tried to fix it, I will tell you, because the kids were like, "Ooh, I love this. It's surprisingly satisfying." That's what they kept saying.
so I noticed that it looks like it's a necklace. Do people wear it?
I think so. I think
Why?
because it's like having an instrument on the go.
Oh.
And so if you're somewhere in the park or you're with friends, hey, let's just play a song. And so each little, I don't know if it's a chime. It's kind of like a chime.
Yeah.
And it has a number on it,
Uh-huh.
which corresponds to a note. And
Chaz. I think Chaz wrote this chart.
so you just play your little music along. It's kind of like, to me, it's kind of like a entryway, like a recorder. When we started recorders in the first grade.
Tonettes.
Symphonet.
Tonettes, recorders, same thing. And
Sorry.
and so you learn to read music a little bit and play the notes.
Sorry.
So-
It wards
But
off evil
this-
spirits.
You know what I think is happening over there is becoming a major chuck it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I should have bought the more expensive one.
No, I don't think so. I don't think more money would have made that better.
Right up there with banjo.
Okay. All right. I guess it's a jacket. What do you say,
It's
Andy?
a jacket. Oh, sorry.
I
Andy.
know what you say.
Oh, sorry.
What do you say, Andy?
Sorry.
You
Andy.
kind of like it.
I do. You can't get these two wrong, man. So we'll just play
Ah,
What key are you
No.
playing in it, Andy?
7.
Key of Love. Yeah, we're checking the shit out of that thing.
Yeah. Chuck it.
Ah, okay.
Give me my voice.
Okay, here we go.
Chuck it.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
It's done.
Yeah, no hard feelings against the whole nation of people who play this thing.
No.
So-
Maybe I'll
That's
try
not
a
a
bigger
real
one.
word.
Yeah.
I know.
That's what she said.
Foul. It's done. It's over.
Well, what time is it?
I think it's Yerba's time.
What should we toast today, Andy?
How about our first show in 6 months?
Yes! Very excited.
All right, let's toast
right.
to that.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, he's bringing out the big boy.
Wait, that's not a Yerbuzz.
That's a different kind of yerba.
Different kind of
Cheers.
buzz.
Guayaki, guayaki, guayaki. All right.
Ooh, Revel Berry. I hate to say it.
Yes.
Don't do it.
No.
That's all we have for today. It was so much fun, though.
It was, and I always love Podcast Saturdays.
I do too. And we sure do appreciate y'all tuning in. And
I didn't say it, but I do too. Most of the time, as far as you know. Good.
yes. So please, when you get a chance, subscribe, like, and share, and write "I've subscribed" in the comments.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions for us, or something you'd like us to talk about, put it in the comments below.
Absolutely. And until next time.
Don't
you worry about it.
it.